Hello Fairwinders, and especially large boat skippers. My name is Michael Hallahan. I'm the boat chief for Island Star, and I'm making this video to show you, or remind most of you, some of the quirks that we have on this boat. I want to show you two toggle switches in particular that are different than any other boat in the fleet. Okay, the first one is the voltmeter here that shows the state of charge of the battery. This particular toggle switch does not need to have the Perco on to operate. It's hot all the time, which is one reason why you always want to leave it in the center position, right the way it is now. So if you push to the number 1 side, and there it is, it shows you that the starter battery has 13 volts of power. Push to the middle, it goes off. Push it to the number 2 position, and once again, the house batteries, in this case, are fully charged at 13 volts. In that position, the number 2 position as you see it now, it also supplies current for our trusty dusty GPS system. Okay, so we leave it in that position while we're using the GPS. As you can see, if we turn this off, oops, turn it to the center position, no more GPS. Okay, so that's one. Okay, the second toggle switch that we're going to deal with today is located on the instrument panel in the cockpit. And you see there's one toggle switch that says blower, and then the one next to it says alternator. Now, we've gone through the normal procedure of starting the engine. Once the engine's running, and notice the tachometer over here is not working right now. So we flick the alternator switch up, and watch, it takes about 10 seconds, but soon enough the tachometer will leap to life and show the engine speed. It takes longer than most gauges. There it goes, okay? Sorry, there it is. Alright, so now that alternator switch turns on the tachometer and the alternator. They hook the two together so you have an indication that you are getting power to the batteries through the alternator. Okay? Now, the reverse process works for shutting the engine off. Before you shut the engine off, you turn the alternator off. Then you shut off the key, pull the throttle all the way back, and that shuts the engine down. Okay? One thing I should note is that the throttle is a little tricky too. If you're coming in under high winds or very strong current of any kind, and you want to come in a little hot, you have to be very careful when you're stopping the boat in reverse to not pull the throttle all the way back. It'll shut the engine down, and then you'll be running around trying to stop the boat. Okay, so I hope that's clear. We'll review quickly. The alternator switch is the more troublesome one. So come to the boat, you go through the normal procedure, open the water valve, all that stuff to get the engine ready to start. Then you start the engine. Then you turn the alternator on, the switch. Before you shut the engine off, you turn it off. So after the engine starts, you turn the alternator on. Before the engine stops, you turn the alternator off. It's that simple. Please feel free to respond with questions or comments to myself, Scott Kelly, or the webmaster. And hopefully this will be helpful to you large boat skippers. In the future, we're going to go through a whole list of quirks on this boat, and hopefully a lot of other boats, just to make it an easy place to kind of check things out before you go sailing on a boat you haven't sailed in a while or not familiar with. Okay? Alright, fair winds to everybody, and we'll talk to you again soon.